Freeze point of view, you barely know how to use this technique to its full potential. You're going to need more power hit to master it further. I was born stronger than ordinary beings, and no matter what you do, I know an ant can't move a mountain, so give up. And Hit said, not a chance, but I'm curious, how are you talking in a time pocket that I formed? Shouldn't you be feeling a lot of pressure right now? And I said, no, because you see, my race is different. Saiyans are more dense and they adapt to anything, even this environment, but I'm also a cold demon like my mother, and I can survive anywhere, even in a vacuum, and my father is much the same because of the infinity form. You will never defeat me, Hit. And now back to my point of view, then my son knocked out Hit without him seeing it, and he said, you're talented, Hit, but you need a better trainer or something. Maybe my father could help you out. And my son spat on the ground and he transformed back into a human, and he sat next to his twin sister, and then Champa got so mad steam came out of his ears, and Beerus laughed at him and said, oh, is the great Champa mad because all his fighters lost against just one of my fighters? And Champa said, damn you Beerus, you played me for a fool. And Beerus said, our mortal levels have been raised to 1. What, the Grand Priest Daishinkan didn't inform you? Or what about your angel attendant? And she said, I've been trying to tell you, but you keep interrupting me. The mortal in Beerus Universe 7 has been raised to 1 thanks to all the Saiyans being alive and powerful and for helping everyone, so you were never going to win this. The mortals are too powerful in his galaxy now, Vados said, and I looked at Vados with desire, and I said, I always wanted Vados, I want her badly, she's gorgeous. And then I waved at her and she blushed, and my wives had no reaction because they now knew their place, and I said to myself, Vados will be the last woman that I have sex with and marry, so I decided to make love to Vados when I get her alone somewhere. So I invited her to train with me on my Earth, and I would feed her some really good food, and in exchange I will definitely give her and Champa a Earth in their galaxy in exchange for her time spent with me training in my hyperbolic time chamber. And as we trained together, she naturally grew closer to me. Thanks to my powers, her feelings developed naturally, so one day when she was on top of me in compromised position holding my arms up, she kissed me passionately and she said, oh my, that's the best kiss I've ever had. And then I made love to her, and let me just say that female angels are absolutely perfect. She's perfectly curvy and in great shape, but she's not shredded and muscular toned like my wives. No, she's perfectly curvy, and that's it. And I heard her moans and she said, oh yes baby, oh my god, you're absolutely amazing, and continued to thrust my member ravenously deep in her beautiful blue vagina, and I came in her so much that neither of us wanted to stop, and I had sex with her for 20 days, which is 20 years in the hyperbolic time chamber, and she still wasn't stopping. She said, oh my god baby, yes, you make me feel so good, I love it. And then I came inside her vagina while she was riding my member ravenously in the cowgirl position, and then she finally passed out after she went cross-eyed, and I said, usually it takes 1 time, but it took her 20 years to pass out from my seed. Interesting, I said, and she was now laying on top of me with my member still inside her beautiful blue vagina, and we continued having sex. Vados for some reason didn't want to stop having sex with me, so for 2 Earth months I had sex with her in the hyperbolic time chamber. Then when I came out, I was confronted by the Grand Priest Daishinkan, and he was a bit angry, and he asked Vados, what have you done, my beloved daughter? You're pregnant with this Saiyan's children, and I know that you will be giving birth soon. And I said, please don't hurt her, I intend to marry your daughter, I love her, and I swear I wish your daughter nothing but the best. And Daishinkan said, I will allow it only because it's you, Goku, but you will not ever break my daughter's heart. And then I said, good sir, I had no intention of doing such a thing, and I can infinitely clone myself to keep her company all the time. And I winked at Vados and she smiled cutely, and he said, I can feel that you truly love my daughter, and I can even see it, so I will allow you to marry her, and since you're immortal I know you can't leave her side, and you have my blessing. But now I am here on behalf of Grand Zeno, he wants to meet the new #1 universe champion. And I said, sure Grand Priest Daishinkan, I will go with you. And Vados went with me, and just like in canon, I didn't have to pretend to be like Goku because I already was just like Goku in my previous life. So Zeno took a great liking to me, but now he liked me even more because I showed him how to have fun on Earth in little theme parks and at a state fair. He had lots of fun.